What's cranking anglers? Team Money Bassin here. This is my very first video. I did post a video, but it just wasn't very good, and I wasn't getting very many views on it. And all the views that I did have, they weren't going very deep into the video, so I'm gonna try and keep this one very short and sweet. It is currently 8:47-ish, and sorry about the glare there, guys. I'm trying to set the camera so that way you don't have to deal with the glare. But in this video, I'm just going to be showing you all my tackle and what I've rigged up, what kind of poles I have, what all my future equipment is going to be, and all that. So basically what I have tied on at the moment. My favorite rig is my Lew's right there, a very Coleman company, just a Lew's bait casting reel, spooled up with plain 20-pound floral line. I have used this pole a lot since I've gotten it. This was actually a 14th birthday present. It is currently dirty. Let's see if I can get any of that off. I'm gonna have to wash this off a little bit, but this is a 610 medium heavy action. Can go from 10 to 30-pound test line, but 20 is about the max line test that I would go, because I don't think I would need anything above 20. The lure that I got tied onto it right now is a finesse crankbait. I'm getting treble hooks in my hand there. Just a nice finesse crankbait, square bill, as you can see. I have caught plenty of fish on this, tons of fish actually. Caught about 4 or 5 fish at a little pond. And that's just basically what I got tied on there. Nice polymer knot, it's done very well. This is a very good colored bait. Got the black stripe with the nice, very detailed colored gill plates. Got the nice treble hooks on the back. Get the job done. I have actually had one of these stuck in my hand once on a giant bluegill swim bait that I have, which I will show you here in a minute. Get that hooked back up. But yeah, just that right there. Set about halfway on the magnet scale. Set about halfway. Gets the job done perfectly. I have the weight set just enough to where the crankbait just barely falls there, which is about all you want it on right there. That's about all you want it is when you're using your baitcaster. That's about all you want the lure to do, is just have a nice, very gradual fall. So that's that one. For my second pole, it was another birthday present that I got, but it was not a pole included. It was just the bait casting reel here, just a nice angler 3-ball bearing system. I have this spooled up with 10-pound floral test. This is a 7-foot medium action open reel rod, but as you can see, I took off the spinning rod and just switched it with the bait caster. The bait that I have on it, hitting that on the wall there. The bait that I have on it is just a Rapala jerk bait. Very, very nicely colored, as you can tell there. It's not too into detail. This is actually the first time using it. I have not used this yet, and we will test this when I can go back into fishing. Get this hooked up again. Wrapped around. Sorry guys, having a little bit of technical difficulties. Yeah, I got a nice jerk bait right there. Scoot back a little bit. I'm just gonna take you through all of my soft baits and some of my hard baits. As you can see, I have quite a bit right there, but if you're an angler who doesn't have quite a bit. So I got these Zoom horny toads right here. Very nice looking bait. Set these up on These are very good working baits. I have not used them a lot. Just got some wacky worms here. I have actually caught a lot of big bass on these. Caught a few 3-pounders out in creeks. I have another wacky worm with just a finesse tail. I have actually not used these yet. I am pretty excited to use these though. So, yeah, there's that one. There's that. I have a lot of wacky worms, as you can tell. I have some black and red craw. I have some natural craw, and I have some blue and white finesse worms. So yeah, cook those up on finesse. I also have, if I can get one here. I have lizards there, as you can see, right there. Just set those up real nice on a Texas rig. And last but not least, I have some tournament series red and black wacky worms. Put those back. This is actually the line that I have hooked up on my Lew's Speed Spool bait casting line. As you can see right down there, 20-pound test. Very nice line, gets the job done perfectly. It is very stiff at first, so once you get them first couple of fish caught, it does really break in that line. The line will not break, so if you do get hung up, you have to go get your lure. Now to get into my more favorite baits, Googan. As you can see, I have tons of Googan in this bag. I am going to get more soon, but I love Googan to death. These are my favorite baits that you can buy. They are a little pricey, just $6 a bag, but they do get the job done. Here's the Bandito bug, right there. That's what it looks like, right there. I have the Alabama craw, got the orange on the bottom. It's got the brown on the top. It gets the job done real nice. I also have some Alabama craw, Kraken craw. The Alabama craw is by far my favorite color. Shout out to Googan, by the way. I have some Slim Shake here. A great moving bait. They are a cast and retrieve bait where you kind of just jig them when you're retrieving. And I also have 3 packs of Mondo worms, 10 inches. They are very big, but they do catch some monster bass. I love these baits to death. Googan is by far my favorite. Just set them up on a Texas rig. You can use a Kraken craw Bandito bug on a jig and flip up in there. They do have multiple colors. They have natural, baby blue, June bug, Alabama craw, as you saw, black and blue flake. They have tons of colors. But I just love them to death. Time to get into more of my hard baits. Oh, hold on. I have a Bandito bug here out of the package. That's what it looks like right there. So that is the top and that is the bottom of the Bandito bug. Has great action in the water. Has 4 appendages. You do have to be careful if there are bluegill in the place where you were fishing. The bluegill will annihilate your Bandito bug. So you do have to be careful about that. I have a ton of jerk baits, smaller jerk baits in here. This one does have a rattle, if you can hear it. Put that back in there. I have another square bill crank. This is a shad color. So this, if you do see school of shad on your radar, this will be great to throw because bass do like to sit up under there and ambush the shad. So that would be another great one to throw. I have a jointed deep runner here. Very good bait. This works when you're way out deep and then bass are just chilling on the bottom. Works really well right in that area. Ooh. Talk about struggle. I do have more jerk baits, but I'm not going to get too deep into them because I don't want to take too much of your time. This is my hook section mostly. I do have one jig. I actually have more, but they just aren't very high quality. So once I start getting money made, I'm going to go out and buy a Guggen Squad jig box and stack up on jigs for the summer. But I do have a black and blue jig right there. Kraken Craw in the back. Kraken Craw and Bandito Bugs work as a great trailer. But just right there, just a nice black and blue jig. I do have my topwater frog here. I am going to get more of those, because right now we are in post-spawn, so these will be good. Topwater frog right there. Whopper ploppers, anything topwater will be really good here soon. I have a plopper frog right here, as you can tell. This little plopper divot right there. Got the back, got the treble hooks. They do set up very nicely right there. I have two ploppers. One is all messed up in some line and hooks. That is one of the lizards. It's not set up very well, but we got two ploppers. Two whopper ploppers right there. Got them both right there. You can put a square-billed crankbait lip right there and make them diving, and they do work really well. One of my friends had these on and he caught a lot of bass on it. Just dives and you just work it like a normal plopper. Got a giant mess here in my tackle box. I have a keyword, don't put hooks in your hand. I do have another deep runner. It's a little bit bigger. It's not jointed, as you can see. I have a bunch of weights and hooks in here, but we're not going to get too far into that. I have a couple of bass rooster tails. I have a bunch of jig hooks, crappie jig hooks. I have a bunch of stuff in here. And we aren't going to get too far into detail. And then my third and final box here has most of my good stuff in it. I have this jig. It is a chatter jig, as you can see right there. But we just break those off because they don't work very well. This is another Guggen bait, a trench hog right there. That is a wonderful, wonderful bait. I would recommend that to anybody. Got a couple of bladed jigs in here. I have a straight white, I have a chartreuse white, and I have a multicolored bladed jig right there, as you can see. This is the Mondo worm. Out of the package, as you can see, it is a very, very elongated, as you can see right there. It's about the size of your forearm, as you can see, but it does get the job done. It will crank you some big fish. Got a spinner right there, Colorado blade on. I prefer Alabama blades, but whatever you prefer is fine. I have a giant bluegill swim here. It's about the size of a normal blue. Size of a normal bluegill. I caught a 3-pounder on this couple weeks back. It is jointed. It swims very nicely. It has great action in the water. And that'll about do it in my tackle box right now. As y'all know, we can't really go outside because of this whole coronavirus deal, which I do not agree with. Everything should open up here in Texas very shortly. Line cutters, very simple. But everything out here in Texas should open up by Friday. So I am waiting for that day to come. Get my weights in there. Just got a couple spare weights. That's about it. But yeah, that'll about do it for my tackle box so far. I know that it's not very special or anything like that, but that's all I have right now. Once everything opens back up and I get some money made, I'm going to stock up on stuff for the summer. But that'll about do it. So hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, drop a like on this video, and wait for the next one. T Money Bassin out.